Discussions with T.T. Parker. I'm gonna get this a little off my head so you can see my face. I'm Jesus. What it do? Welcome. Twitch is activated. I'm actually on time today. What up, black ass? What's going on? Discussions with T.T. Parker. We do this every day at 2:30. Got a good one today. What it do? One man, one team. Got a good one today. What up, mama? Like I said, Twitch is activated. IG Live is, of course, activated. And this will go up on YouTube later on today for the playback. In case you missed any of it. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Waiting for some more folks to hop on here. Mama, you are the first official contestant. I'm on time today. Won't he do it? Because normally, I'm usually late. And I had to throw the hat. Not to the back, but the hat. Oh, it's Cinco de Mayo. For all my folks that are celebrating Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo to you, I suppose. Yeah. For the folks that are celebrating Cinco de Mayo. For all of my tequila drinkers. This is not a day for any other drinks, okay? Tequila day, okay? My favorite. Tequila. Wish I had me some tequila right now, but I don't. But it's all good. Anyway, like I said, we have a good one today. Waiting for some more folks to hop on. I'm actually quite early, so I'm going to give them another few more minutes before we get into it because this video has multiple parts. But it is about, we're all familiar with Charleston White, correct? Yes, Charleston White. He made some comments, and it got pretty heated and shared his views on what he feels like black men need to do for the black woman and families. So it is long and it is explicit, so I apologize about the language in advance. We'll get started. The rest of the folks, as always, will have to catch up. I just hate having to repeat myself 10,000 times, but here we go.
Change that.
Here we go.
You need to go back and apologize to every woman you think you have hurt, whether you think you've done it or not. Apologize. That's why we can't get ahead, nigga. All I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna say why I say this. I got two kids. I got two kids by one woman who I was married to. I ain't got a bastard baby. So go apologize. Go apologize.
I ain't apologizing.
So have you gone to jail on your kids? Have you gone to jail on your kids? No.
I come from a household, nigga. I come from a household, nigga, with no mama, no daddy, no shit, nigga. And I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear sad story.
I know plenty niggas got that. But what are your morals like? Do your children behave properly? Do they pray tonight? Do they serve your God? Because you failed as a father and as a mother. If your children don't serve your God, nigga, my son has never been arrested. My daughter ain't either. Nigga, I don't trust you.
All right, so what you think we need to do?
Your children, having children out of wedlock. So I'm going to say this. I'm a day one daddy. My children don't know what it's like not to be in the house with their father. They was raised by me, live with me. If you ain't done that, my nigga, it's hard to talk to your brothers because you're getting offensive about what I'm saying rather than receiving.
Not with me, cause
no. It ain't about what you, because you still looking in the past. You just say, I know.
When it comes down to a bitch that's fucked up,
no.
Some bitches can't be corrected, nigga. Period.
Some bitches
can't be corrected, nigga.
Some niggas, it ain't about the bitch. It's about what you done wrong to the bitch. The bitch didn't do wrong to you first.
How you know?
You showed up fucked up.
Know?
You showed up fucked up based off what you just said. Based off what you just said. You just said you were with no mother.
You can't correct the
first your children, having children out of wedlock. So I'm going to say this. I'm a day one daddy. My children don't know what it's like not to be in the house with their father. They was raised by me, live with me. If you ain't done that, my nigga, it's hard to talk to your brothers because you're getting offensive about what I'm saying rather than receiving.
Not with me, cause
no. It ain't about what you, because you still looking in the past. You just said, I know.
When it comes down to a bitch that's fucked up,
no.
Some bitches can't be corrected, nigga.
Okay, well, we heard what was said. I mean, does he have some valid points, though? Does he have some valid points? And I know I'm going to have some folks that probably disagree with what he has said, but I don't always agree with Mr. Charleston White, but today I have to say he might be on P with what he's saying. How often do some of these, and again, no disrespect, some of these men come to these relationships already broken because they've already had past trauma. So, he had some valid points. Like I said, I'm going to play this back because that copy was kind of
As a community to change
better
that.
copy.
You need to go.
So, I'll run this back again.
Here we go. All right. So what you think we need to do as a community to change that? You need to go back and apologize to every woman you think you have hurt, whether you think you've done it or not. Apologize. That's why we can't get ahead, nigga. All I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna say why I say this. I got 2 kids. I got 2 kids by one woman who I was married to. I ain't got bastard baby. So go apologize. Go apologize.
I ain't apologizing.
So have you gone to jail on your kids?
F.A., welcome to the chat. Welcome to Discussions with Diddy Parker. We're talking about Charleston White. He got into a heated discussion, sharing his views. What up, Superpad? On what he feels black men need to do for our women and families. Does he have some valid points? And I'll start this from the beginning. It is lengthy, and please excuse the explicits because it's very... Yeah.
What you think we need to do as a community to change that? You need to go back and apologize to every woman you think you have hurt, whether you think you've done it or not. Apologize. That's why we can't get ahead, nigga. All I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna say why I say this. I got 2 kids. I got 2 kids by one woman who I was married to. I ain't got bastard baby. So go apologize. Go apologize.
I ain't apologizing.
So have you gone to jail on your kids? Have you gone to jail on your kids? No.
I come from a household, nigga. I come from a household, nigga, with no mama, no daddy, no shit, nigga. And I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear this sad story. I know plenty niggas got that. But what are your more? Serve your God. Because you failed as a father and as a mother. If your children don't serve your God, nigga, my son has never been arrested. My daughter ain't either. This is not a competition. This is not a competition. Man's 18 and a motherfucking truck driver, nigga, with no felonies. Have you ever been to jail on your children? Say it one more time. Have you ever been to jail on your children? I have, yes. Hell no. I haven't. Hell no, I haven't. I never. So hold on. I haven't. This is not a competition. I'm just asking questions because I'm a day one father. I didn't make bastard babies, for one. That's a curse that you put upon your children that the white man has nothing to do with. You curse your children having children out of wedlock. So I'm going to say this. I'm a day one daddy. My children don't know what it's like not to be in the house with their father. They was raised by me, live with me. If you ain't done that, my nigga, it's hard to talk to your brothers because you're getting offended about what I'm saying rather than receiving. Not with me, no. It ain't about what. It ain't about what you. It ain't about what you because you still looking in the past. You just say I can't. I know. When it comes down to a bitch that's fucked up, no. Some bitches can't be corrected, nigga. Period. Some bitches can't be corrected. Some niggas. It ain't about the bitch. It's about you done wrong to the bitch. The bitch didn't do wrong to you first. How you know? You showed up fucked up. You showed up fucked up based on what you just said. Based on what you just said. You just said you were with no mother. You can't correct the fucked up bitch. This ain't got nothing to do with the bitch. I'm talking about us, black man. Take the eyes off the bitch. You said you showed up fucked up already with no mama. So how you gonna love her? And you ain't get love from mama. Which is the first teacher. Mama is the first teacher. So if you don't get love and nurture from mama, you go misuse and abuse her because you sure don't know how to use a woman, black man.
All right, F.A. New folks, welcome. Discussions with Diddy Parker. We're talking about Charleston White. I don't always agree with old Charleston White, but does he have some valid points in what he is saying today? Basically, he was sharing his thoughts and views on what the black man needs to do for our women and families. F.A., you still with me? Because you're spinning. F.A., are you still there? There you go. FA, you still there?
Yeah, 1 second.
Okay, okay. Mama said, I agree about having children out of wedlock. It's not going to be received with all. It's not going to be received with all the hostility in language. I apologize for the explicit language, but that's how Charleston White talks. But then he has some good valid points, though. Fa. Fa said, hold for a moment. Folks that did hear the chat, did Charleston White have some good valid points? Welcome, Clean Clean. This video is super, super long, so I know we keep getting people in and out the chat. I don't know, what up, Clean Clean, if you saw this video with Charleston White. He kind of went on a rant about the views on what black men need to do for our women. I'll play the shorter version because that other version is just so lengthy. It's like 3 minutes long. But this is the just logistics of it. Here we go.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm a day one daddy. My children don't know what it's like not to be in the house with their father. They was raised by me, live with me.
Mama
If you
said
ain't
there.
done that,
Okay.
my nigga, it's hard to talk to your brothers because you're getting offended about what I'm saying rather than receiving.
Not with me, cause
Rather, no, it ain't about what, it ain't about what you, it ain't about what you, because you still looking in the past. You just say, I can't, I know
when it comes down to a bitch that's fucked up,
no.
some bitches can't be corrected, nigga. Period.
Some niggas
Some bitches can't be corrected, nigga.
Some niggas, it ain't about the bitch. It's about what you done wrong to the bitch. The bitch didn't do wrong to you first.
How you know?
You showed up fucked
you
up.
know?
You showed up
How you
fucked
know?
up based on what you
How
just
you know?
said. Based on what
How
you
you
just
know?
said. You just said you
You
can
can't
with no
correct.
mother.
You can't correct. You can't correct the
Curse your children having children out of wedlock. So I'm gonna say this. I'm a day one daddy. My children don't know what it's like not to be in the house with their father. They was raised by me, live with me. If you ain't done that, my nigga, it's hard to talk to your brother because you get offended about what I'm saying.
And this is the other part of
I
this.
don't trust you. All right, so what you think we need to do as a
This
community
is
to
the
change
first part of it. I
You need
apologize.
to go
Play
back
it
and
backwards.
apologize to every woman you think you have hurt, whether you think you've done it or not.
Fuck.
Apologize. That's why we can't get ahead, nigga. All I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna say why I say this. I got two kids. I got two kids by one woman who I was married to. I ain't got bastard babies. So go apologize. Go apologize.
I ain't apologizing.
So have you gone to jail on your kids? Have you gone to jail on your kids? No.
I come from a household, nigga. I come from a household, nigga, with no mama, no daddy, no shit,
I don't want to hear
nigga.
that.
And
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear the sad story. I know plenty of niggas got that. But what are your morals like? Do your children behave properly? Do they pray tonight? Do they serve your God? Because you failed as a father and as a mother. If your children don't serve your God, nigga, my son has never been arrested. My daughter ain't either.
Okay, that was the first part of that. I played it backwards, so I apologize. Mama said very valid. Chev said I should not have kids. Did you have kids out of wedlock, Chev? Question mark? Question mark? Just asking. Curious, because I thought you were married for a while. So, I mean, again, I don't always agree with old Charleston. You did have kids out of wedlock?
No.
Okay. I always don't agree with Charleston White in his views. But I mean, I don't.
Yeah, so listen, I agree with him almost about
Wait, your phone's going in and out.
always maybe a. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
I said I agree with him on about 90% of the things he said. One of the things I agree with is one of the things that I always point out that women do, that man did this time, right? And your mother do it a lot. Anytime I criticize a woman, they want to bring up the man. Well, Charleston White made it very clear. No, he's talking about 90% of the men. And he wanted to bring up raggedy women. And that's the part where I agree with him. I'm like, no, we ain't talking about women right now. He was giving advice to what men can do. Just
Okay.
because we giving advice to men and the things that we can do doesn't now absolve women. We're not saying now all women are victims and they are. That's not what we were saying. We were just saying if we can better this situation in our community, this is something that we may have to do. We may have to go and apologize to women that we may have hurt or whatever, or think we may have hurt because their emotions may have corrupted them. But they may not have been strong enough to overcome some of the hurt that they went through with past men, and it's maybe have corrupted them so much that now they are just rotten. But maybe if we start by acknowledging that, we wronged them in certain ways, maybe that can be the beginning of us possibly being able to get them to start acknowledging that they wrong, that they've messed up too, and that they need to be corrected and they need to be led and they need to learn how to follow it. I'm just saying, he was just giving step one. And one thing I do believe, and I always say this to you, I do believe it starts with the men. It's just hard because the women be involved in this conversation. So when the women are involved, it naturally makes men want to be like, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. You really ain't got no voice in this. Yes, it does start with us, and we do need to do these things better. But when y'all start clapping and cheering and saying this and that, and yeah, 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 it puts y'all in this arrogant position where like y'all are the victims and are now without fault. And a
Hmm.
lot of times men can emotionally respond to that, which I just acknowledged from the dude that I don't agree with. Because he said, oh, it's a regular bitch out there. He said, Charleston White said, they ain't got nothing to do with that. We talking about what men can do right now, how we can
Yeah.
start the beginning, and I agree with him. I think I agree with all that. I think let me just say this, because I believe in bastard children.
You do?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. I'm about to take this picture. I'm gonna jump back in 1 second.
Okay. Thank you. Because we got Clink Clink, welcome to the chat. We got some
What
more
up?
questions. I want to run this video back. It is lengthy and it is explicit. So I apologize. We are talking about today Charleston White. He did have a heated conversation on a podcast. We were talking about what Black men need to do for our women and families. So I want you to take a listen. This one is very lengthy. So please bear with me for a second and then we'll go to Clean Clean. I don't always agree with him, Clean, but today, I mean, I feel like this conversation was spot on with these men. So take a listen.
All right. So what you think we need to do as a community to change that?
You need to go back and apologize to every woman you think you have hurt, whether you think you've done it or not. Apologize. That's why we can't get ahead, nigga. All I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna say why I say this. I got two kids. I got two kids by one woman who I was married to. I ain't got bastard babies. So go apologize. Go apologize.
I ain't apologizing.
So have you gone to jail on your kids? Have you gone to jail on your kids? No.
I come from a household, nigga. I come from a household, nigga, with no mama, no daddy, no shit, nigga. And I got more than
I know plenty niggas got that. But what are your morals like? Do your children behave properly? Do they pray tonight? Do they serve your God? Because you failed as a father and as a mother. If your children don't serve your God, nigga, my son has never been arrested. My daughter ain't either. This is not a competition. This is not a competition. But let me speak.
Man's 18 and a motherfucking truck driver, nigga, with no felonies, with bills as a house.
Have you ever been to jail on your children?
Say it one more time.
Have you ever been to jail on your children?
I have, yeah. Hell no.
I haven't.
Hell no, I haven't.
I never. So hold on.
I haven't.
It's not a competition. I'm just asking questions because I'm a day one father. I didn't make bastard babies, for one. That's a curse that you put upon your children that the white man has nothing to do with. You curse your children having children out of wedlock. So I'm going to say this. I'm a day one daddy. My children don't know what it's like not to be in the house with their father. They was raised by me, live with me. Done that, my nigga. It's hard to talk to your brothers because you're getting offensive about what I'm saying. That's true.
Not with me, cause
No, it ain't about what you, because you still looking in the past. You just say, I can't, I know.
when it comes down to a bitch that's fucked up,
No.
some bitches
Trying to be future.
period.
Some niggas
bitches can't be corrected.
Some niggas, it ain't about the bitch. It's about what you done wrong to the bitch. The bitch didn't do wrong to you first.
How you know?
You showed up fucked
you
up.
know?
You showed up
How you
fucked
know?
up. Based off what that though. Based off what you just said. You just said you were with no mother.
You can't correct the fucked up bitch.
This ain't got nothing to do with the bitch. I'm talking about us, black man. take the eyes off the bitch. You said you showed up fucked up already with no mama. So how you gonna love her? And you ain't get love from mama, which is the first teacher. Mama is the first teacher. So if you don't get love and nurture from mama, you go misuse and abuse her because you sure don't know how to use a woman, black man.
Okay. Chef said it's hard to go back to teach my kids not to, but both girls were from the same dad. My high school sweetheart. We're still together now, but things are not the same. All right, clean. F, I think you're back. We got some new folks. Welcome to Discussions with Dee Parker. Don't always agree with Charleston White, but I feel like he's on point with this one today. He did get into a heated debate on one of these podcasts where he shared his views on what black men need to do for our women and families. Clean, what is your take on
Oh,
that you heard?
I so I listened to the clip twice. I kind of don't understand what he's asking. Like I understand he's saying go back and apologize for what you did. The thing is, man, these relationships and these co-parentships and these all these like family issues and this stuff is not, and I said this before on here, this stuff is not
Yo,
ran on a
I'm getting hot. I be
professional,
there.
it's not
Yeah.
ran on a professional, mature level.
Mm-hmm.
It's ran off of emotions. And anything that's ran off
Thank
of
you.
emotions will never have stability. Like the emotions and stability are not synonymous. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
what happens is 99% of the time apologizing ain't gonna do shit. Like if for one, a lot of these dudes in a lot of these situations, there have been apologies. There have been sorry, let bygones be bygones, I fucked up, whatever. And it's still up. For a lot of people, when you fuck them over or they hurt by you or they feel betrayed by you, it's up forever.
Oh
And
yeah.
so at the end of the day, I hear what he's saying, but
Hey DBS.
a lot of these dudes have attempted to make peace and apologize and do whatever. At the end of the day, as long as these situations have these strong levels of
What's up with you?
emotions and hate and anger and vitriol, as long as it's like that, it's always gonna be like that. There's no, hey, all black men go apologize and then everything gonna be great. Like it's not. And most of these dudes have
How do
apologized
you feel like it should be? Clean. Because
because because
where
because
when and where did the apology come from? I guess is my question. And why do you feel like an apology would not be sufficient?
what you got to understand, a lot of these people, especially if you co-parenting or if you in these same vicinities, these people are dealing with each other on a daily basis, like every day. So a lot of times there has been peace made or attempts at peace made multiple times. This is a person you dealing with every single day. This is a person you picking up and dropping off kids. Y'all seeing each other at the school. Y'all seeing each other at the football game. You know what I'm saying? Like there's been attempts made, but at the end, I could even take in my situation. There's there's nothing, especially after I took custody or whatever. Like there's nothing that could ever be said that's gonna have this person say, okay, you know what? I get it. Let's be professionals. And no, it's up forever. It's up forever.
But I don't think he was. I think he meant an apology
Right.
to women in general. An
Oh yeah,
apology.
that's what's been missing. So I
Yeah.
disagree with you on two parts. I don't believe that. I think you're making your opinion based on he's talking about women in general. You're talking about some women. You're framing the conversation around people who is going to have the attitude that is always going to be up. We're not talking about those people. We don't, and I don't believe, and I don't think you believe that. Maybe you do, but the majority of people that's in these situations, I believe they got the ability to forgive and possibly move on one day. It may not even happen at the time that you apologize, but I don't think that everybody is up forever. But now, that's not what he was even talking about to me. What he was talking about was not co parenting. He was talking about trying to figure out a way to heal our black broken women.
Yeah.
Our women are broken. and he's trying to figure out a way, how can we fix this problem? And because I believe everything starts with the man, whether the woman is on board with it or not, I do believe everything starts with the man. Believe that it may even take us to be the bigger person to even apologize to women, that we may even feel like he was just saying that's a start. He's not even saying that's the cure. He was
Yeah.
just kind of throwing something out there and saying, well, maybe because we know they're emotional creatures, and an apology may mean something to them. You see what I'm saying? It may mean something to them. And if we can get men to even realize that, okay, maybe I did dog some of these women out, and maybe some of the actions that I did to some of these women may have led them down a path of destruction because they've been hurt or they got traumatized or whatever. And just being traumatized doesn't now absolve them of their actions. Because somebody hurt them doesn't give them the license to go hurt other people. And that's the part where I think men have a disconnect. When they hear women say, well, I was traumatized, a lot of women think that that gives them permission hurt other people, and it doesn't. You know what I mean? You were hurt, but and that man men in general can acknowledge that we've hurt women, but then the second step would eventually we'll get to the women and the things that they need to do. But I think he was just singling out men and talking about some of the things that we can do, and I believe he was 100% on all that. I believe that children that are born out of marriages are cursed. See, he likes to use parts of the Bible, even though he don't really know what he's talking about fully. He kind of parses out verses and kind of uses it. And the curse doesn't mean cursed in the sense that God is cursing them. Cursed in the sense that God is saying when you have children out of wedlock, not more than likely they will grow up unstable and unbalanced because they don't have a family structure in the house. So they kind of cursed in the sense of they're not coming into the world with the tools and the environment and the things that they supposed to have from day one. Co-parenting is not supposed to exist. Y'all know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Now,
agree.
the only thing that I can say I have a struggle with, I just I fundamentally disagree that I don't know what is so hard for women to understand it, even DD. But for whatever the reason, women think equals having a child.
You
But
said
that
what?
they think intercourse equals having a child. Equals meaning is it is the permanent outcome. One plus one always equals two. And women believe that intercourse equals having a baby unless they don't want it. So let me give you the example.
Nope.
You'll say a woman have a baby, and they'll say, well, she shouldn't have the baby, and da 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 da. And the automatic response from modern day women will always be, well, he shouldn't have laid down with her. And I'm saying, stop chastising what he shouldn't have did. That's beside the point. We're trying to acknowledge that simply getting pregnant doesn't mean you have to have the baby. Meaning having sex doesn't mean you have to have a child. Because when you don't want to have a child, you don't say, "Oh, I laid down. I should have had. I'm forced to have this child." No, you go down there and you have an abortion when you see fit. But you then, from this arrogant position, you'll say, "Well, when he don't want it and you do, you'll say, well, he shouldn't have laid down." But if he say,
I never
well,
said.
you don't, no, women in general, when they say, well, I want it and she don't, y'all don't say to her, well, you lay down, you should have this baby no matter what. Y'all don't say that. Y'all then turn around and say, well, my body, my choice. And this is where the hypocrisy and the double standards come in. This is why it's hard to take women serious in these spaces because their biases show up. So you're not consistent. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll stand on this position until it don't benefit me, and then I'll switch the position. And men hear that. So that's the only part where I look at just can't get over. I believe that every child in this world, at least in the last 50 years, that was born under the um, permission of the mother, not necessarily the request of the father. That's period. That baby was born because the mother wanted it. The state, nobody forced her to have it. And there's many men that didn't want to have children and women maybe shouldn't have had those children. And there are also many children that were not born because a woman didn't want it and a man did. So when they say, well, you had these babies, in my mind, I always be like, no, a man didn't have a baby. A woman had a baby. That's one. And two, a man can't choose if he has a baby or not. So I can't say he had these babies. I'm always say, no, she had these babies. He had those babies. Period. That's maybe that's a mental block for me, but for whatever the reason, I cannot subscribe as like men actually having some authority if a child is born or not. Men don't have any authority at all.
Well,
They can't force nothing. All
that,
they have is give an opinion, and then the giving in their opinion means nothing. No one cares. No one wants. I don't care that you heard my opinion. I don't need that. I need to me to be able to actually have some actual rights. You know what I'm saying?
with legislation, like going to
Say it
legislation,
again.
it starts with going to legislation and getting those rights.
No, they just did it. No, they just did it. That's what they
Oh,
just.
did that?
That's why they reverse
Oh,
Roe versus
yeah,
Wade, and they're
wait, okay.
making women now have children and not allow them to get abortions. And that's why I said now that would be equality. See, that would be equality. So now it doesn't matter if a woman wants to have it or not; she's forced to have it, and that would actually. So when a man doesn't want it, she still got to have it. When a man does want it and she don't want it, she still got to have it. See, this is what happens when the women keep talking when they was saying when they want to keep highlighting stuff that's not fair, they just passed it. Now y'all gonna say it's not fair because it's my body, my choice. No, 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 no. It's not fair to the father when he got to
Well,
be a father when he don't want to be.
I say it's not fair in certain situations where it puts the mother at risk. And
And aside from those, right, and aside from rape, and aside from any health risk where the mom could die in labor, which I actually believe is illegal. Like if the mother is at risk of death, then they still can abort the child. I don't want to speak on what I don't know, but I'm almost certain that that's the case.
well,
But
no,
rape, not so much. No, not rape.
here in Georgia, a woman, because the family, I can't even get justice. Their daughter was at risk. She died, and the child lived. But had they made the decision.
Okay,
You see what I'm saying?
okay,
So that's
okay, okay.
the thing, yeah.
So I'm not 100% familiar, but I'm just saying this is
All
the
right,
outcome of the women's.
but it's unfair when it comes to that situation where a mother's life is put at risk.
I agree. I
So,
agree.
Mama
But it's
said,
equal everywhere else. But go ahead.
"Mama, if Efe is a man of God, how do you think having children before marriage is okay?"
I never say having children before marriage is okay. I think that if you would be chastising me in any way, and I'm supposed to be a man of God, your better question should have been, why is it okay for you to get an abortion? That's what you should be challenging because I said I think some of these women shouldn't have these children. So how I'm speaking outside of being a man of God is actually promoting abortions when I feel like the situation is just not the best. But I never said it's okay to have children outside of wedlock. I'm the one that keep telling women to love and black women to love and value themselves more than being a baby mother. How about you make that man make you a wife before you give him your womb? I've been saying that forever. So no, I don't think you should have children out of wedlock.
Okay. Mama said if you attempt to apologize and it's not received, it's on them, not you.
That's
Uh,
right.
and she said he is saying an apology starts the healing. And Mama said abortion is a sin, Fa. You said you're against abortion, so how can you say that? Uh,
Never
she said
said that, but go ahead.
she said a man can absolutely choose not to make a baby. Stop it. Choose to have
Not makeup. Oh God.
not to have safe sex if you don't want a child. A man is irresponsible if he doesn't want kids and has sex with no protection.
This is the exact thing I said. DD, I just said, does sex equal a baby? Let me just ask you this. I'm gonna be real simple. Does having sex equal a baby?
Not in my opinion, no.
No, it doesn't. There are millions of people, billions of people that have intercourse that don't end up pregnant, right? So it doesn't automatic. So everybody that has sex doesn't have the intention to do it to make a baby. Stop saying because you
Look,
had sex that it equals having a baby.
it's both parties. Let's not just put this on men or women.
Right. And
Both
that's what you keep
parties
doing.
need to be responsible and practice safe sex. See, I knew I was like, I don't want no babies. So I got my little self on birth
There you
control
go. There you
because I
go.
want babies. You know what I'm saying?
So
Uh,
why does she keep saying if you don't want the baby? Let me ask you this. Let me ask mom this then. why do you think women are so worthless that they should want a baby and not be married? Because she keeps saying, well, if you don't want the baby, then you should have wore protected sex. Why do women want to have a baby and when they're not married? Why do they think so little of themselves? Why is that? Why are you not like against that?
So then you would, if you don't want them to have the baby and they get pregnant, then
Right.
you recommend abortion then, right?
Right. I do. But I just said that I didn't say that that's not wrong. I am saying that is still wrong. I'm just saying that I haven't gotten to a space where I'm comfortable enough to be like, you should have babies with any and everybody under
And
every circumstances.
and you do know now, men, there is no excuse because they have male birth control now too.
I mean, is it out of experimental stages?
I think yes, I think it's
Heard
locked.
of it though.
Yeah, so there's no excuse if you don't want a kid. Men now, you too can get on birth control.
No,
Um,
with Charleston
I'm
White.
not
See,
sure about that.
I thought because he was talking about bastard kids or whatever, so I
Right.
thought he was mentioning
I
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said we do got some new folks, so I want you to re-listen to this, and I'm gonna play the shorter version because this is very, very long. But new folks, welcome to D Sketches with GD Parker. Charleston White shares his views on Black men and what they need to do for our women and the families. So I'm gonna play the shorter version of this because again, this is very, very long.
We
So
need to do as
here
a
we go.
community to change that. You need to go back and apologize to every woman you think you have hurt, whether you think you've done it or
That
not.
part.
Apologize. That's why we can't get ahead. All I'm gonna say is, I'm gonna say why I say this. I got two kids. I got two kids by one woman who I was married to. I ain't got bastard baby. So go apologize. Go apologize. I don't apologize. So have you gone to jail on your kids? Have you gone to jail on your kids? No.
I come from a household, nigga. I come from a household, nigga, with no mama, no daddy, no shit, nigga. And I got more than
I know plenty niggas got that. But what are your morals like? Do your children behave properly? Do they pray tonight? Do they serve your God?
I mean,
Because you failed as a father and as a mother. If your children don't serve your God, nigga, my son have never been arrested. My daughter ain't either. Nigga, I don't trust you.
All right,
so what you think we
Christian children having children out of wedlock. So I'm gonna say this. I'm a day one daddy. My children don't know what it's like not to be in the house with their father. They was raised by me, live with me. If you ain't done that, my nigga, it's hard to talk to you brothers because you're getting offended about what I'm saying rather than receiving.
Not with me.
Rather, no. It ain't about what. It ain't about what you. It ain't about what you because you still looking in the past. You just say I can't. I know
when it comes down to a bitch that's fucked up,
no.
some bitches can't be corrected, nigga. Period.
Some niggas
Some
can't.
bitches can't be corrected, nigga.
Some niggas, it ain't about the bitch. It's about what you done wrong to the bitch. The bitch didn't do wrong to you first.
How you know?
You showed up fucked
you
up.
know?
You showed up
How you
fucked
know?
up based off what you
How
just
you know?
said. Based off what
How
you
you
just
know?
said. You just said you were
can't
with no
correct-
mother.
You can't correct the
Curse your children.
okay.
Having
So
children.
that was the shorter version of what he said. Clean. Do you kind of get it now? What he's saying? Are you still
No,
not
I mean
agree?
I get what he's saying. Like I said, I think because like okay, like I agree that for one, there's just a lot of brokenness in our community just in general, and I mean we come from a wild past, what I'm saying, if you consider slavery and Jim Crow, and then a
Gotta
lot of the things
disagree.
and what I'm saying is like a lot of the things that happened in the 60s and the 70s as far as the government getting involved with family benefits and stuff like that. But I think a lot of this does. I think a lot of it too comes from the fact that, and I'll speak on the plight of a man or a boy. A lot of us grew up being a nice little boy that had a crush on a girl, and we saw her giving all of the time, respect, sex, and attention to a dude that was being an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us developed that tough skin because a lot of us can speak honestly and say, when I started being an asshole, that's when I got the most respect and attention from women.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't when I was the good little boy and just wanted to bring her a flower from the backyard, and like a lot of that brokenness, it comes from growing up and having to harden yourself. Because I mean, women run the culture in the sense that a lot of the things that men do, we do for y'all. You know, a lot of these dudes wouldn't be getting haircuts every week if they wouldn't try to holler at women or be presentable for women. A lot of these dudes wouldn't be doing a lot of the maintenance they do, a lot of the accomplishments they have. A lot of that stuff is to be relevant to women. And yeah, growing up, a lot of us hardened our ways because it actually got us further with women. And yeah, I will say it did contribute to a lot of dudes being broken and getting set in those ways. But if Charleston White is saying, "Yeah, go apologize to every woman," I mean that's cool. Like I said, I don't think there's a woman in my life who I wronged and I didn't make peace with. I don't just burn bridges and leave them there. You know what I'm saying? But I can also say,
There are other men though that have not went back and apologized and
yeah,
burnt.
and those guys, I think you need to do that. Definitely. To the women you wrong, to the teachers you wrong, to the people who helped you financially and then you disappeared on them, or you know what I'm saying? I think everybody should definitely make amends, and especially when it comes to if you did something with women in a family environment, but I don't think that that's the all healing thing. I don't think an all healing thing exists.
All healing thing. I think he was saying it's a start to the healing process. And like Efe was saying, it might not be now, it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but an apology might start the process, is what he's saying.
No, I agree, but let me ask you this: like, do you think that that's just exclusively men to women?
What do you mean? Do you feel like men need an apology as well? Hey, Britt Brown, tell you what we'll talk about in a
Yeah,
second.
well, you heard that saying, "What came first, the chicken or the egg?" Right? You know what I'm saying? So it's
But
like
no,
I
I mean,
said, this
so
is a
you feel
cycle.
like,
A lot of these people that are broken, they came from somebody that broke them and somebody that broke them. So it's like, how far does the apologies go back? Like, but you know
well,
what I'm
he
saying?
said, if you listen to Charleston White, hey, Britt Brown, we're talking about Charleston White. I don't know if you saw the interview. It's been all over social media. I'll play it again in 1 second, so bear with me. He's basically talking about what Black men need to do for our women and families. He said, and I'll play this back. He said in this initial podcast that he didn't. Oh boy, one of the guys said he didn't have a mom, he didn't have a dad. He said that. So, and Charleston White said, you know, he said, I'm not F that. I'm not, apologizing because whatever he said, these women come, whatever, whatever, whatever. And Charles said that's the problem. Actually, let me just play clean, because I hate speaking for other folks. So I'll play this one
Having
part.
children out of wedlock. So I'm gonna say this. I'm a day one daddy. My children don't know what it's like not to be in the house with their father. They was raised by me, live with me. If you ain't done that, my nigga, it's hard to talk to your brothers because you're getting offensive about what I'm saying rather than receiving.
Not with me, cause
Rather, no, it ain't about what, it ain't about what you, it ain't about what you, because you still looking in the past.
Right.
You just say, I can't, I know
when it comes down to a bitch that's fucked up,
no.
some bitches can't be corrected, nigga. Period.
Some niggas
Some bitches can't be corrected, nigga.
Some niggas, it ain't about the bitch. It's about what you done wrong to the bitch. The bitch didn't do wrong to you first.
How you know?
You showed up fucked
you
up.
know?
You showed up
This
fucked
part.
up based on what you
How
just
you know?
said. Based on what
How
you
you
just
know?
said. You just said you
can't
with no
correct-
mother.
You can't
You
correct. You can't correct the.
So he's saying that he came, you're coming to the situation already effed up because mama wasn't there. And I don't know why this man's mama wasn't in his life or his daddy wasn't in his life. And that's where the brokenness comes from. And that's why men tend to do what they do because yes, it starts, you're right, from somebody breaking them. Mama, he ain't on here no more. I'm not sure if he'll jump back on, but if he gets back on, I am against both. People should be responsible for actions. Mama said he said it's not about the women.
No, I think they both right though. That's what I'm saying. Like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? You know, if if I'm broken because my mama broke me, which in turn caused me to break you.
Yeah, but is it right though? Because what did FA just said? You just because a woman is suffering trauma, should she bring that trauma onto other people? Does
No, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not. What I'm saying is I'm not disagreeing with Charleston White as far as like apologizing. But he's right about that, and the other guy's right too in saying that apology shit ain't. Some women, it's just not gonna matter. You know what I'm saying? They're both right. Like two things can
I
be
don't
true.
I do believe if Black men sincerely issued an apology to Black women, I think it would be received. I think for so long we have been battling one another with no resolution and solution to what is going on here. And I think it could start with a simple apology from Black men.
But
Black,
Clean,
but
clean,
but but
go
see
ahead.
with
clean, clean.
that,
Why does it matter, clean, clean? Why does
why
it
does what
matter if
matter?
it? Why does it matter if the apology is going to be effective to the woman?
No, no,
So
no.
what?
That's why I just said before you jumped on. I said I feel like both of them is right. I agree with Charleston White. Like, and yeah, if you apologize and the apology doesn't change anything, you could at least go to sleep at night and say like, you know what, I
So
did the
why you
right
agree with
thing.
him then? Then what do you agree with him with then?
With who? The other dude?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
say you agree with both of them. So tell me,
No,
why do you
because I
agree with
agree
the
with
other
the
guy?
other dude said too, which is an apology ain't gonna matter to some women. It ain't gonna matter.
But the point, but the apology that Charles White suggesting wasn't to do it for it to matter to all women. That's not why he said do it. He
Yeah.
said do it. So what the dude is saying is irrelevant because he didn't say that everybody was going to receive it. It's not why he's saying do it. Do you
Well,
do
no,
you
that
do,
that, that
do
was
you do
saying
you
it
hold on?
being a step in healing, right? That was the purpose.
But the point of an apology is, first of all, when you apologize, the point of a real apology is acknowledging that you did something wrong, regardless if that person receives it or not. It ain't got nothing to do with if they receive it or not. You're apologizing because you're acknowledging you did something wrong. That's what an apology is. And you don't apologize only to the people that want to hear it. You apologize because it's something you doing.
No, I agree with that. I'm not sitting here saying that you should only apologize if you get something back for it. Like I'm not saying that.
I think you're kind of saying that when you say you agree with the dude.
No, well, no, I'm just saying I agree with the dude say because basically even they had a misunderstanding as far as I think the dude was feeling like what is the apology going to do, and I think Charleston White was saying regardless of if it does anything or not, just apologize. So I'm saying I think they had a misunderstanding. So coming from where I'm listening as a third party, I'm saying
Right.
I agree with Charleston White said apologize regardless of if it causes a change or not. And I'm saying, as far as what dude thought he was understanding from Charleston White, I understand what he's saying too.
Yeah, but he was wrong though. But he
Hold
was wrong.
That's all
on.
I'm saying because
Folks,
I
Mama asked you a question when you hopped off, so I'll get to that question. We got some new folks. Welcome, Discussions with Didi Parker. We've been talking about Charleston White. Don't always agree with him, but today I can honestly say, I mean, he was spitting facts. He shared his view on a podcast on what Black men need to do for our women and families. It starts somewhere, and I think what FA is trying to say to you, clean, as you guys being leaders, that's sometimes as a leader you may not want it. Sometimes you got to bite the bullet as a leader. You may not want to
Agree.
do it, but as a leader and the men you want to be as leaders, sometimes you got to do what is best.
but that's the
Hold on,
Agree.
thing. I'm a
hold
leader. I'm a
on, hold on,
leader.
hold on,
You
hold
need to
on.
change that. You need to go back and apologize to every woman you think you have hurt, whether you think you've done it or not. Apologize.
That's why we can't get ahead, nigga.
Oh, you seen the Britt Back?
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say why I say this. I got two kids. I got two kids by one woman who I was married to. I ain't got bastard babies. So go apologize. Go apologize.
I ain't apologizing.
So have you gone to jail on your kids? Have you gone to jail on your kids? No.
I come from a household, nigga. I come from a household, nigga, with no mama, no daddy, no.
Okay.
And I don't want to hear this sad story.
I know plenty niggas. What are your morals like? Do your children behave properly? Do they pray tonight? Do they serve your God? Because you failed as a father and as a mother. If your children don't serve your God, nigga, my son been arrested. My daughter ain't either. Nigga, I don't trust you.
Hold on, this is the second part.
Having children out of wedlock. So I'm gonna say this. I'm a day one daddy. My children don't know what it's like not to be in the house with their father. They was raised by me, live with me. If you ain't done that, my nigga, it's hard to talk to your brothers because you're getting offended about what I'm saying rather than receiving.
Not with me, cause
No. It ain't about what. It ain't about what you. It ain't about what you.
I know.
You're looking in the past. You just say, I can't. I know.
when it comes down to a bitch that's fucked up,
No.
some bitches can't be corrected, nigga. Period.
Some niggas
Some bitches can't be corrected, nigga.
Some niggas, it ain't about the bitch. It's about what you done wrong to the bitch. The bitch
We got it.
How you know?
You showed up fucked
you
up.
know?
You showed up
How you
fucked
know?
up based on what you
How
just
you know?
said. Based on what
How
you
you
just
know?
said. You just said you were
can't
with no
correct-
mother.
You can't correct the
Curse your children.
Okay. So y'all got the gist. Mama did have a question for you, not clean. FA, before you hopped off, and then clean. I want to get back into what we were talking about. Mama said, I'm against it. Both people should be responsible for their actions. I guess it wasn't a question, it was a statement.
I think she's not against single motherhood because she's not saying becoming a baby mama is not bad. That's not what she's saying. She's saying it's okay to be a baby mother as long as you want to have a baby. And I keep saying, why are you okay with women having children outside of wedlock? That was the question. Not, I'm just saying, I don't know why women are just so okay with being baby mothers to the point where the women even teach the younger generation it's okay to be a baby mother as long as the man wants it, right?
I got you, FA. Mama said,
Mhm.
an apology is given. It doesn't matter if they receive it or not. Britt Brat said, it's the principle to clear your
No,
soul.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
There was a lot of miscommunication on their podcast for sure. Mama said, but you are saying clean. Not every woman is going to receive it. And he is saying it doesn't matter if they receive it, if you gave the apology.
Right.
Apology is so easy. Why do people make it difficult to do? Britt Brass said he can't apologize to women or any woman because he is hurt from his circumstances. That's why
agreed.
he can't argue. And
Yeah.
Mama said Britt Brass, she agrees. And yeah, the itches was, I know, it was a lot. You can clearly, when anytime a man talks like that, I'd be like, okay, what issues do you got deep rooted issues? Because he just said
Yeah, he sound hurt. He was an emotional guy too, and Charleston White even pointed it out. He said it's why it's hard to talk to some of these men that's raised by women. Because you so emotional, you don't know how to just take. See, men that's raised by other men know how to take uh direct, blunt communication. And they don't I was about to say sports is good for boys because when they're on the football team, when they're on the basketball team or whatever, and that coach is yelling and chastising him for what he didn't do, it don't mean that other people didn't do stuff wrong either. Right? And if you focusing on pointing out what other people did, the coach is focusing on what you did. And
yeah.
that's why you don't go there and say, well, so-and-so did this and so-and-so did. They ain't got nothing to do with that. They got to do what I'm talking to you right now. That coach probably going to talk to them other players later. But whether he do or he don't, that still ain't got nothing to do with me correcting you. You was wrong. At the end of the day, you was wrong and I'm addressing you. And this is that lack of accountability that you see in men that are often raised by women because he's emotional. That dude was emotional. He was responding out of
Well,
emotion.
actually, he wasn't raised by A. He said he didn't have neither one of his parents, his mom or his
Well, maybe not him. I say you often see it in boys that's raised by women.
So clean. After hearing this again, I mean, do you still like agree with the other guy? Like what he says?
No, like I think
He was disagreeing with the miscommunication, and I think that's what he maybe shouldn't have said that because he was disagreeing. He was agreeing based on if the miscommunication was valid. Like, oh, because he thought Charleston White said this, he
Yeah.
said that, and I agree with that. And I'm saying, well, you shouldn't even say that because he misheard him. So by agreeing with him, kind of implies that you agree with him even without the miscommunication. Do you know what I'm
no,
saying?
yeah, no, yeah, I see what you're saying. No, I'm saying like, cause what the reason why these things, cause your mom said in the comments, or somebody said, why is it so hard to apologize or whatever.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these the things that make it difficult for a lot of people is that people are usually having a conversation from two different perspectives. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like for instance, let's say like let's say, and not saying this is reflecting on me or Hefe at all, but just using this as an example, right? Let's say Hefe is a dude that in his life he was wilding, he was smashing joints, cheating on joints, lying to joints, using
Right.
them for their money, whatever, right? And then so he's speaking from that perspective. And then let's say me, I'm a dude that's, I've been a good dude. I ain't never did no chick no wrong. I just been trying to do the right thing and still been having a tough time. When we have a conversation, he's coming from his perspective, I'm coming from my perspective. So his perspective may be, man, I done did a lot of chicks wrong, man. You know what? Apologizing to be the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of if it's received or not. Whereas my perspective might be like, I don't even know who I owe an apology to. I wasn't wilding, but I'm
But
still
why
having a
your
tough
per
time. You know what I'm saying?
but
So I
why your
think that's why
partner
there's like miscommunications. But I agree with
they
the
gotta be mature.
apology. You know what I'm saying? Like taking me for example, and y'all know situation. I'm not a dude that wild out like that, and I'm a dude that's literally having a fight to be a father. So I'm looking at it like from my perspective. I'm like, well, I'm a dude that wasn't wild, and I'm still having a tough time with the temperament and emotions of these women.
But
Whereas
why
another
you
dude might be like, man, I was wilding. I did a lot of dirt. I owe a lot of apologies. And I could be like, hell yeah. Like, regardless of if those women receive it or not, you did chicks wrong. You was using them, using their money, staying in their crib, cheating on them with people they knew. Like, hell yeah, you got to apologize for that. You broke those
well
women.
think
So
clean,
I
think
agree.
clean. Why you limiting your ability to why you limiting your ability to receive emotion receive information by only taking it so personal to you. If the shoe don't fit, then why are you even receiving it from
No,
the
no, no.
context of, well, I didn't do all these things, so I'm receiving it from this. Why are you receiving it from that? Just
Well,
receive
no.
it for what it is and say, yeah, this shit did happen. I may not have been participating in that. Regardless if I'm having a difficult time with women or not. This ain't got nothing to do with you having
No,
a difficult
no.
time with women. It's the fact that there are some men that do owe. There's some men, like myself, that do need to probably go out and apologize and if it didn't happen to you, out
No,
just
no,
like that,
no.
the
I
shoe don't
totally, I,
fit.
I totally agree with that. If I'm taking myself out of my own shoes and just
Right,
looking at it from the perspective of
exactly.
people with a different past, I
Right.
I 1,000% agree. That
I think
so
that's how it's
yeah.
supposed to be received, though, because
Yeah.
and I don't know why we can't do that often. Not just pointing you out, but often women do this a lot, though. They personal experience. You'll even hear them in their response. Oh, I can only speak from my personal experience. Then you can't be a part of this conversation
Well,
because
I
we
think a
can't.
lot of
Your conversation always can't be from your personal experience. You see what
Well,
I'm
I think a
saying?
lot of the time is wording because a lot of like a lot of these conversations come up and the topic be men. It don't be these men or this demographic of men. It be like men. Same thing with like fathers, right? Like when people talk about absentee fathers and stuff. Not
Right.
only me, but the community that I'm in. All
Yeah.
I see is dudes ODing being fathers in their children's lives, giving
Me
all their
too.
time and
But I
resources.
see
So
both.
when
But
I
I
Yeah.
know
answer
both
people's
So,
exist.
yeah.
But but I know both exist. Well, how about this? Me and you both see a bunch of fathers involved, but
Mhm.
and that may be my everyday, right? My everyday may be like, oh, I see a lot of single fathers involved in their children's life, fighting for their children. Whether I don't see the bum fathers or not, they exist. I can acknowledge that they exist, whether they're in my immediate circle or not. They exist.
Yeah, no, they exist. I'm just saying when the conversation comes to you, people aren't they're labeling it as black men or fathers. They're not saying these
Well,
guys
we're
over
talking
here. And
about
so a lot of times subconsciously
what's going on in
you'll
Yeah,
our,
subconsciously, yeah.
yeah,
yeah,
we got
subconsciously you'll think of yourself. You'll be like, well, wait a minute, I know great guys. But then you got to say, okay, you know what? I'm going to step out of the shoes of my community and my experience, and I'll step into
Here
the
we go.
shoes of women who literally dudes just disappeared or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and in stepping in those shoes and negating my own experience, I could say, yeah, these dudes is wrong. They need to apologize. They hurting the community. They need to
That's
make
what it was.
amends.
yeah, that's what it boils
Asking
down.
women to do. We asking women to do that too. So that's the only reason why I'm
No,
trying to be consistent because we ask women to stop generalizing. Men. I mean, I call them out all the time. Be
yeah.
like, hey man, don't. So I'm just saying we can't do the same thing. We gotta be neutral too. Like if the
No,
shoe
I
don't
agree with
fit,
that.
Hold on, I want to read the comments. Mama said I didn't say that. I said if both people are responsible, it should not happen. Britt Brett said that part. Mama said, I believe children should be conceived and loved by marriage. Mama said, if you've done somebody dirty, you know you're just in denial. He's saying for the men who did wrong. Britt Brett said, good job, FA. And Mama said, if the shoe doesn't fit, it doesn't apply to you.
right, right.
Um, and I get what you're saying, clean, but I know a lot of the focus be on black men, black women, but that's the community that we live in. We have to focus on building a better relationship
With each
between black
other.
women because
Yep,
the relationship is terrible. Tell me
I
if I'm
agree.
wrong. It is.
I agree.
We we gotta do better. And I think, and I'm not saying like Eva said, I'm not saying an apology is going to heal the world, make it a better place, like Michael Jackson was saying, but it's a fucking start.
You
It's
know what,
a start.
Didi? Didi, I believe that get back in the leadership position, get
Yes,
up. Didi said earlier, sometimes when you're the leader, you get the short end of the stick in the
unfortunately.
beginning. That we got women in leadership roles is ruining us. We got to step up in this area because our women are thinking and doing for themselves, and it's just not working out. We just got to get back in our rightful position.
And I, like I
Yeah,
was saying,
but yeah,
good.
I agree with that, but that is not something that comes easy. Because we were just
It
talking the
sure
other
don't.
day
It sure
about
don't.
how a lot of the time women are like fighting leadership from men. Like they don't want
Agree.
it. They won't
Agree.
accept. And so a lot of the times as a dude, even not being a leader is hard enough, but you also gotta fight for the respect just
You
to
sure do.
get that position. You know what I'm
You
saying?
do. Okay,
You know,
Clinton, you do. You do. But
crazy
guess what?
thought.
It's tough. I think she got a phone call. Hey, what's going on?
I think her phone might be cutting off.
Yeah,
Are we back?
probably
We
she
back?
got a
Back?
phone
Are we
call.
Oh,
back?
you back?
Yeah, I got a phone call. Somebody called in, and I was trying to hit the decline and hit the wrong button. Hopefully, they can hear me. Damn, what was I about to say? Oh, I was watching a video by Dr. Umar. Some of y'all might not like Dr. Umar Johnson, but he does have some good points sometimes as well. And he was saying that we were made not to depend on you, on black men. They did purposely put that
Condition,
and
not made,
condition
but condition. Yeah.
conditioned us to believe, okay, we don't need black men. You could be
Yep.
independent. Da da da. This and that. So
Yep.
we wouldn't have to rely on black men. And then they started the mass incarceration of black men. So that way, we're gonna get these black men out of the house one way or another.
Yep.
So black women had to go out here and get a job and be dependent. And he said because of that, he knew that because when black women became independent, they weren't going to fight for black men because I don't need you.
That's because they don't have any moral compass. They believe that a man is only good for if he provides for you. If they knew the intrinsic value that men had, it wouldn't be so conditioned what a man can do for you financially. But because our women sold their soul for money, honestly, That's why they only see value is if you're paying for something. Believe it or not, in other communities that haven't gone through what we've gone through, they know that men are more than just the money they bring in.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why you always say women say, "I can do all bad all by myself. If he ain't got no money, then what I need him for?" Because their only value they see in a man is what a man can do for you, and that's where they lose. That's what they lose.
Yeah. Mama said there are some great black men and there are some horrible black men. Britt Brat said it goes back to the original apology. If you would apologize in the beginning, it wouldn't be so hard for us to accept the leadership, I feel. And Britt
Agree
Brat
with
said
that.
even if it wasn't with you, it would release us to accept love. Good
I
point,
agree.
Britt. Yeah,
I
good
think
point.
I think it's a start. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I
It's
agree
a
with it
start.
being a start.
Hey, bro, we got to figure out something. Shit. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
don't. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I mean, I think it's a start. I don't. When we talk about the repair of the community, I don't know, man. Like, let me ask both of y'all a question. If if there was a process, whether it be a government action or something within our own community, what do you think actually could return the nuclear family to the black community? Like what in large would have to be done to get us it's
What
not
would be
like
the
to get
fastest
us
way
back
to
on
do it?
track.
What would be the fastest way to do it?
Yeah.
Remove all assistance from the government from black women until they would have to rely on men, rely on their men.
Mm.
and Dr. Umar said that. He said
If the government, if they stop giving you welfare and you had to make it work with your man because you can't go run to daddy, Uncle Sam. He'll give you health care, health care and shelter and food. If your other daddy, who was Uncle Sam, wouldn't give you that, then you would. I bet the arrogance of believing you can do all bad by yourself wouldn't exist. You'll know that you need to work it out with your man.
And
So let me
that's what
go
Dr.
ahead. You too,
Umar was
Didi.
saying. He was saying if black women weren't conditioned, then we would have no choice but to fight because men are would
Right.
be naturally the providers. We
Right.
would have no choice but to fight for our men.
So let me
But
ask you
because
this
Guess what?
then, Didi.
And I think that would make women, in turn, I think that would make women more selective too. It will
yeah,
also be more selective too.
and who they choose as mates.
So let
Exactly.
me
One
ask you
hundred
this.
percent.
Let me ask you this, Didi, because I grew up being taught the message that women mature faster than men, women have
Yeah.
more
Oh, that is
intuition than
garbage.
men,
Oh, that's
and,
garbage.
well, I'm just look. I was taught that women was mature faster than men and had more intuition than men, more emotional intelligence than men. So, as a response to what Hefe just said, why would y'all have to be conditioned into doing that? Why wouldn't and by and large, y'all be able to just do it. Why does the chair have to be snatched
Can
from
I
under
answer it?
y'all?
Can I answer it?
Because we've already been
Because
conditioned to
emotion.
be one way
And
already.
guess what? And guess
Yeah.
what? And guess what? Let me tell you the real reason. Before they got conditioned, you know who the easiest to manipulate? Person that operates their
Good.
emotion. But
Oh,
the person that operates in their emotions is the easier one to manipulate. The reason why serpent went at Eve and not Adam. He
oh.
didn't go at Adam. He went at Eve. The woman is easier to be deceived because she operates on her emotions. If you can play on her emotions, you can get her to do whatever you want her to do. It's it's the same way with pimping. It's the same way with being a player. It's the same way if we know that you like to hear certain stuff, I can just tell you and she'll fall for it because she's a victim. She's easily manipulated. That's what she is because she operates in emotions. She don't operate in intellect, meaning like she doesn't really process stuff from an intellectual perspective. She feels things, don't think things. She feels it. So if it feels good, she'll respond. That's why
Well,
you can play women. That's why we
my
play women.
my response is because we've already been conditioned to be one way. We've been conditioned to be these independent, badass black bosses. When, like I said, like what Dr. Umar said, and then you men were incarcerated, so it force women to have to go out here and work and become
But
bosses,
let me ask you this
entrepreneurs,
though.
and all these things. And
But
then it made us rely on you less, which is why we're like, well, I don't need no man.
She'll just rely
I
on the
can pay my
government.
bills. You feel what I'm
It
saying?
just relies on. She just relies on the government. That's it.
well,
Well, mom,
a lot of this stuff though, it is surface level, because I know like women are, black women in particular getting educated and degrees and all stuff, but
It don't translate to
under
money.
the surface level, y'all, they are the most in debt. They lead in evictions, car
who
repossessions.
is that?
Like,
Because all black women, there's not. What is the
no,
percentage of that?
I'm saying statistically, single
Yeah,
black women, they are under the surface of the degrees and all that. There is major economic suffrage. Like,
oh,
Mm.
100%.
as far as black women are suffering economically, which would make me feel like, okay, well, like maybe the nuclear family might be the better way versus the I can do
100%.
bad all by myself way, because
It's too
it's
healthy.
so much
Too
pain is
extra.
coming in that. And now you seeing a lot, now that we coming off a few generations of it, you seeing a lot of these auntie houses
I
and
got
stuff,
you.
or these 50, 40, 50, 60-year-old women all living together and shit, 3 4 to an apartment, because they went through life with no aspirations of creating a family, and now you aged out of the workforce and you don't have a
In the dating
family
world.
and you don't
In the
have
dating
money
world.
saved for retirement,
Yeah.
and it's tough.
Yeah. Hold on. I don't know if that was a question, clean, but hold
Well,
on.
no, I'm just saying. I guess my main thing is just like, if the only way to fix all of these issues we have is to restore the family, and in order to restore the family, there has to be
Well, that's what
cooperation.
Charleston White was saying.
Well,
Why are we out here making outside? That's what he's been saying. He said,
no, exactly. That's what the old boy who died was saying. The same thing, but everybody didn't want to hear the message.
who you
That's
talking
what.
about? Kevin Samuels?
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
Okay,
Am I
let me read these
lying?
comments. Mama said, what about the women who didn't depend on the system? Lots of successful women don't depend on a
It's
man.
not
Stop talking
lots. It's
about the
not
small
lots. It's a
percentage,
very
man.
small
Stop talking about the
percentage.
minority. The majority of black women are poor. The majority of black women are broke. The majority of black people are broke. Let's just start with that. So the majority
Thank
of black women are broke. So stop talking about the. We don't care about the small percentage. Okay, so stop bringing it up. They're not relevant.
Britt Brett said, well, look at how we were back in the day. How much did they suffer because they didn't have assistance? They had to deal. A lot of them were miserable. It's maternal to deal and take care of yours.
Who was miserable? That's a lie from the pit of hell that a lot of modern day feminists try to push on modern day
Yeah, yep.
women to try to say women of traditional women were miserable. That's a lie. My
It's a
grandmother,
lie.
when my grandmother was 100 years old plus when she passed away, so I met her when she was in her 70s. My grandmother was not unhappy. She had a fifth grade education. She had 15 kids. She was married twice. She was widowed once and married again, and never was she unhappy. And all she did was raise children. You know,
Well,
I
my
mean,
grandma was her and my grandfather was not together because my grandfather was a whore up until he passed
well, a
away.
lot of them was
It's
okay. My
still no
grandfather
more.
had other children too, but who cares? Stop focusing on that. Stop. I mean, but my grandfather also took care of my grandmother. He also had a bunch of other kids too, but that's besides the
No,
point.
they didn't even end up being together. Even though in my heart of hearts, my grandma she
Well, she
did love
shouldn't
she
have had
still loved my
children then. She
grandfather.
shouldn't have children with a man that don't want to marry her. I see. This is the part that I keep
No, they
putting.
were married.
You just said they didn't end up together.
No, they weren't together at the end of like
Well,
when they got older.
we
He
can't rate things by the conclusion. Like if you get married and you have children, that's all we can say. I didn't say that when you get married that you're not going to divorce. That's not. But that's not how you judge it. You judge it by did you get married? Did you have children? And did you guys fight to try to make it work? If y'all did and it didn't work out, it just didn't work out. You know that's your own. You got to deal with that. But we talking about
and my
baby
grandfather was
mamas.
and my grandfather was abusive too. So
All right,
I
cool,
hear
cool,
what
cool, cool, cool.
he
All right,
did.
so let's not bring up these personal stuff. That's what Charleston White said. It ain't about you, and it ain't about these personal
But
individual
you
cases.
just brought your personal thing into it
No. But my personal is positive, and my personal
Okay,
is
so
in
as long
support.
as it's positive, we can talk about it. But as long as it's
Well,
not
no, it's in
trying to,
context. Yeah. When you're making it personal to
I'm
be
not making it personal.
no,
But
no,
you
no.
said
When you give
everybody
a
was happy.
personal
That's not the
example,
truth, Fa.
but the
Everybody wasn't
conversation is
happy.
not about everybody. You sound like the other guy. You sound like Clink Clink saying,
No,
"Well,
no, no,
everybody not
no,
gonna be
no.
able to
You
receive the
no, 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 no,
apology."
no. I'm only going by what you said. You said everybody was happy. That is not true.
I
Everybody
never
was not
said that,
happy.
Mom. You gotta listen. I never said everybody was happy. I said that a lot of the modern day feminists like to
Re-
say miserable women were miserable back in the day. I never
relationships
said everybody.
Okay,
relationships ain't about
gotcha.
happiness too. We got to get that
There
happiness
we
shit
go.
up out of
Exactly.
here, man.
I mean,
Like
maybe for men it's not. You right. You right.
happiness is a momentary emotion that you feel sometimes. There is no way or person on this planet that's just gonna keep you happy all day, every day. It don't work like that. Family is about duty and honor.
That's right.
It's not about running around being happy because you got all the money you want. He tall enough, rich enough, sex is great. Like, bro, like we got like that's the pursuit of happiness is one of the things that fucked us. The
It's one of
pursuit
the
of
signs.
that weird invisible emotion, that invisible mountaintop that everybody chasing that don't
I think
exist.
I got
That's
you
that's
because
the
we
recipe for a single woman. That's why I always
hold on
even
because
tell.
I got you because I think we discussed this. Our happiness is different compared women. Yes, we think
Over
happy. Y'all,
prioritize.
yeah. Men, and I talked to another guy. Big shout out to Brian McIntosh from BET because he came on the show, and I said I would get him on the podcast one of these days. And we had a conversation about. I said, "Are men happy?" And he said, "I don't think that exists for men." So I get what you guys are saying. For you, for men, maybe it doesn't exist. For women,
No,
I
I
get
ain't
it.
saying that. Happiness exists for us. Where we rank the importance of happiness and our ability to be able to remain committed to our commitment. Our commitment was to be married.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the commitment. Y'all happiness determines if y'all be married.
Yeah,
Happiness doesn't determine if we're going to remain committed to our commitment. It doesn't
exactly,
matter that I'm not happy. I'm still going to work because I got to take care of my kids. I still got to feed my family. It doesn't matter
I
that I'm
got you.
happy. But when you hear
exactly.
women, hold on, but when you hear women say, and this is why I always say, don't get with these women. These are red flags. You hear women say, well, if I ain't happy, I can't do, how they be like, that's the most important. I got to be happy because if I can't be happy, I can't show up for my kids, or I can't be a good mother. I can't be a good wife if I'm not happy. These are signs of a woman that is selfish, and that's not a wife. Because to be a wife is to be selfless. You actually supposed to put yourself last. When you're a husband, you're supposed to put yourself last, not putting yourself first.
Oh well,
Yeah,
I guess that's
but
why I ain't
because
got
it
no damn kids. Cause
there's
baby,
no there's a lot of and people talk about happiness as far as men and women. A lot of these relationships, keeping it real, a lot of this shit that flame out. And now it's about do y'all got the endurance to carry
yeah,
out y'all
yeah,
duties? It's
yep.
dudes that's even speaking from the male perspective, I know dudes who in marriages that's sexless marriages. The woman that had some menopause shit or something like that, or some hormonal stuff. She don't have sex with him no more. She always got an attitude with him. Everything's so expensive. He can't even afford to buy himself some new shoes. Or you know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of dudes that are
I always recommend.
miserable, that
I
are
always recommend
purely
cheating.
miserable.
Shut up, that
And
face.
yeah, no, and
Always,
that is why a lot of dudes go cheat too.
no,
But
but I'm an
it's
advocate
a lot
for
of
it.
dudes that's
Go
purely
cheat on them.
miserable. But guess what? He not gonna stop doing. He not gonna stop paying that mortgage. He not gonna
That's right.
stop
That's
taking care of
right.
them kids. He not gonna stop
That's
paying
right.
property taxes. He not like
That's
it's
right.
not. A lot of times, a lot of these people in these older relationships, the little happiness they get is when everybody fucking going out the house and they get a minute alone.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
Hold
the
on, let
whole.
me
You know
read
what I'm
some
saying?
comments. Britt Brad said, and that's a small percentage. She said, thank you. Britt Brad said, you said your granny was happy and happiness equals peace. Let's do some final thoughts, y'all. This was a good conversation. You're gonna love tomorrow's conversation. I'll give you a pre warning on it. Do black women coddle their
Oh
sons?
my God. Hell yeah.
That's
Yes.
for tomorrow, FA. and
Okay.
we will talk about that tomorrow. So we will unpack that tomorrow. Are black women too coddling of their sons? Do they make
100%.
too many excuses for their bad behavior? And no, this is not a dig on black women. This is a
That's it. They
conversation that,
they raised the very men they raised the very men they complain about later.
but
The very man. But go
we're
ahead,
gonna
we
get
get
into
into
it.
it.
We're gonna get into it tomorrow. Epic, clean, drop your final thoughts.
Final thoughts is I agree with Charleston White. I think that everything he said was true. I think that as a start, I think that if the biggest thing he said was we got to stop focusing on the past. We
Yeah,
did fucked up shit. They did fucked up shit. He said, I'm looking forward and I'm trying to figure out how the fuck we can get out of this hole. And guess
yeah,
what? Somebody gonna have, both of us are hurt. How about that? Black women, we hurt. Black men, we hurt. We both
yeah.
hurt. And we both can point and blame each other for a lot of shit, right? And we can, I agree with that. But we got to start. And because I fundamentally believe that men are the leaders, I also believe that we can be the ones that take the first step, whether they accept it or not. Listen, them women going to grow old and die anyway. And not that we wishing for it, but if they don't want to get on board and if they too hurt and damaged or whatever, traumatized or whatever, then they going to die alone anyway. You know what I mean? But we can at least jump out there and try. So I'm with Charles and White on this one.
Okay, clean, final thoughts. Whatever, Rashad.
Yeah, I'm with it. I grew up, in the streets, man, and
You
the
got a
the
call.
men the men that raised me was dope dealing street dudes, that was teaching me and a lot of the other young dudes that was around me the wrong things. That
Sure.
they was teaching us. I had older men in my life that used to get on me because I ain't have more than three chicks and I wasn't getting money in the street. Like literally, dude, yeah, like it's a lot of dudes that put in a lot of work that hurt the community a lot, and I think that an apology would be great. I agree from that standpoint. But just
It's a
like
start.
from the question I asked y'all earlier, I'm really more so on like, yo, what's gonna fix us within the next 10 to 15 years? Because major
I think
change
that
like
would be a
that,
start, though.
I,
Clean.
I
I
think
think that would
major
be a
change.
start.
I mean, it's a start, but I don't. I'm being honest. I think it's the right, honorable thing to do. I think it's a start. I don't think it would matter in the large scale of things. I think in the large scale of things, there's deeper cuts. You know what I'm saying?
And then if
But
it's not received, then
Yeah,
you
step
men can
two.
finally
No,
say
and step two.
that black women are the problem if it is not received.
we can say that now. But anyway,
Oh my God.
That's a fact. That's a
no, I'm
fact.
just saying. But no, I mean, look, I agree. I agree with the sentiment, and I think apologies and making amends would definitely be a good thing for a lot of people. I mean, like I say, even if it ain't received, it help you sleep at night, and you doing the right thing, you sowing better seeds at the end of the day. So I agree with that. But what I'm saying, my last thing is, you know, family first. Family, none of this black woman, black men topics and things will ever fix until the family come back. And that's just that it just is
And the
the way it
fam
is.
and the family can't come back if we don't kill this narrative with women, like older women, uh, support of women becoming baby mothers.
Oh
When
God.
your niece, no, listen, when your niece or your little sister or your little cousin or whoever, when she turns 21 and she gets pregnant, you're not supposed to be an advocate for it. You're supposed to
It's
and
crazy too, because
explain her that this is something you shouldn't be doing. You're not married. You gotta stop saying, no, it's gonna be okay. No, because all you do is promote baby mamas. So that's why I'm like, y'all older women doomed y'all too, because they okay, because they don't have a man. So they okay with you not having a man either. And that's why I say y'all gotta stop listening to them. They don't have nobody. They don't have, and don't nobody want them. I don't care what they say. I don't care that they go on. bunch of guys that
Okay.
they don't have nobody, okay?
That's
That really
funny
want
because
them.
we were good. I was gonna do a topic on 12, 13-year-old, 12-year-old girl, 13-year-old. Mama was getting backlash for giving them a baby shower. We didn't get to that, but that could be a topic for.
Disgusting.
We could have that topic another day. But tomorrow we are definitely
Disgusting.
going to talk about. And again, this is not a slight to Black women. I love you, sisters. I just want us all to do better, Black men and Black women, because this war that we have on one another, it ain't helping nobody, and we ain't getting nowhere. And like he said, that is the problem. What is going on with our community? You know, we ain't getting along to get along, and it's a damn shame when you got Black men on one side, and I don't want to get into this Clay thing, okay, and Megan thing. You got Black women on one side and Black men on the other side. How is that helping push forward the culture? It isn't. So I don't have the answers, but maybe a simple apology is a start, and it could help.
Quick
And those are
question
my
on
thoughts.
quick question on that one you just said. Remember when your homegirl was on here and she said that it was why did Clay bring Meg around his parents and stuff like that if he didn't want to you know what I was thinking? And hypothetically, because we know how women, older women from a different generation are. A lot of times, dudes, we bring a woman around our family to gauge if she wifey material. You bring her around mama,
Okay.
auntie, and them. What if he brought her around them and they was like, hell nah? Like,
Right, which happens a lot.
you know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at the
No, I get it.
video, from when she was cooking for his
My
family
dad,
for Thanksgiving,
yeah.
she had on a wife beater with no bra and some booty shorts. It was it cooking.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of those, and we know how Meg dressed, and we
Clean
know how she
Clay,
carries herself.
you
What I'm,
are the problem. We ain't doing that today.
I'm just saying though, what if that? I think that might have been a thing where he sincerely did think, brought her around,
Because he's
and
a
the women
fool.
in his family, and probably a lot of the dudes was like, nah, son.
See, this is the problem right here.
But
I don't
that's
care
all I'm
about no
saying.
Clay and Megan. What I care about is healing and getting Black men and women back on the same page like we was in the 1950s and 60s when we was out there marching with Martin Luther
But
King. Okay.
we gotta be able to give each other correct. We gotta stop living in this fake world. Okay, we gotta stop. These girls are whores.
No.
No, listen. No, listen. 'Cause my mother, she a gangster. She be wanting to jump on sometimes. My mother would tell you, we gonna stop acting like these women are worthy of being a
I
wife.
would love for your mama to come on here. Tell
Oh,
her she
she
can
would
come
come
on here.
in.
Tell her
She
she can
not. They
come on
not.
here today. She want to come on here. I
These
would
women are
love.
not worthy of being a wife or somebody that's supposed to be using and abused. Y'all gotta stop supporting this stuff.
I
We
don't
gotta
support
stop
anything,
supporting
but
it.
what I'm
A girl
what I'm
was showing
not
up to a Thanksgiving dinner with a
I'm
shirt, no
not what
bra
I'm not in
on.
support
That's
of is
insane.
Black women being on one side and Black men being.
No, I
Why
know
are
that.
we beefing about Megan Clay? Because ain't none of them people paying none of our bills, so I could give two shits what she did and what he did. I'm gonna be
Well,
real.
the issue is because we got women that identify with her and believing that how
I
she
get it.
operates is okay. So we got to kill that in our community because it's not.
You know what's sad though? Because I'm over here all last week. That was all that was in the headlines. It was Clay and Meg, and I'm over here trying to get justice for these inmates in Clayton County, and don't nobody give a shit. That was what broke my heart. And
Mhm.
everybody that go to jail ain't no criminal, FA. So
No,
that's
I
what
agree
broke
with
my
that.
heart. I'm trying to advocate for these people. Who cares?
I
But
think most of
everybody
them
care
are.
about Megan Clay.
I think most of them are, though.
Uh,
About 90% of them are. But go
I don't
ahead.
know about that. That might be another conversation for another day. But
You know,
so that's what broke my heart. That's all I have to say. And I was like, damn, I'm over here trying to advocate, and don't nobody care about this story, y'all. And I was wrongfully detained. So, but again, that's another story for another day. We already discussed that. But tomorrow, Black women, are you too coddling of your sons?
mhm.
Let's talk about it tomorrow. FA, I
Um,
know you're gonna be ready for that conversation.
maybe.
Quickly. I'll see
Yeah,
y'all
maybe.
tomorrow. We'll chat.
All
Enjoy your
right.
food,
Peace.
FA.